one of the big questions is the geotechnical. So trying to understand the ore, the analysis of exactly what this new ore body contains in terms of metals especially. We know it's supposed to be a little more rich. I had a conversation with air quality folks trying to understand why they're not applying for a new air permit, or maybe wouldn't be applying for a new air permit. It looks like Eagle is still open on that question, whether or not they're going to be applying for a new air permit. So this is the Eagle East ore body, which you're heading towards, but it's also the drift that this permit, everything's broken up into little pieces, so it's hard to talk about, but this permit authorizes the drifting over, the access tunnel, the main decline, over to the Eagle ore body, as well as the mining of this deposit we don't have all the geochemical analysis of. So how are you working with AQD, the air quality division folks, and Lundin to determine whether or not Eagle does or does not need to change their air permit? I guess that's my first question.
Well, we work very closely with their quality division on all aspects of mining.
Yep.
So we informed them right away about this amendment request, and they, as well, Lundin has been engaging with air quality division. So in their application, they are identifying potential air sources that would need an air quality permit. Now, I'm not an air quality engineer, so don't hold me to it, but they set conditions and they set parameters and monitoring requirements. I don't know. I'm guessing that if they don't need another one, it's because those parameters under the modeling aren't going to change.
So one of the parameters of concern with the air quality permit would be nickel, another would be copper, and one would be particulate matter. Is my microphone loud enough? Everybody can hear? Okay.
I can hear you.
Yep. So the nickel and the copper, I know we have this preliminary sense of exactly how much the copper and nickel in the ore body might be. I mean, they've been telling their investors this, but like in terms of the ore analysis, do you have a sense of how much is going to be impacting potentially the emissions, like from the rock dust as they're blasting the ore body, forgetting about the particulate matter of the waste rock that they're tunneling through to get there? That's 8 kilometers of tunnels, which theoretically wouldn't be metals, but like then when they get to the ore body, then there's going to be additional inputs of copper and nickel, right?
So air quality, you have a couple of measures that you can take that can take place to prevent particulate matter from reaching outside sources. One is keeping the access and the rock moist. If you're underground right now at Eagle, it acts as a chamber right now, a settling chamber, because it is not a wet mine, but it's a humid mine because they're pumping in air and they have to bring water in for their water to keep dust down. So that right in itself is probably one of the primary measures you would do to prevent it from ever getting to the surface. Now the metal content of the ore does not come into play as far as particulate matter. It would come into play for as far as what kind of analysis may be done or what kind of parameters would have to be, particularly for water quality. So again, we haven't looked at all the details of the mineralogy of the ore. From what we saw, yes, it is a much higher grade deposit. And then we're going to be looking at that in the geochemical sense. Maybe not as much for air quality, but mostly for water quality.